What's going on, everyone? It's another day, getting close to that Friday, but still the middle of the work week. I was catching up on some of the comments on my last video, and I appreciate every piece of encouraging words and just, having that community there is really nice. In today's day of the internet, it's pretty easy to be anonymous online, start harassing people, lose yourself, and be a dick to people online. And, regardless of how bad my day is and regardless of what I go through, I always try to do my best to be nice to others and just set a good example for a better society. I mean, you see Japan, they're stressed, but they're always polite and very nice. In the same way goes that I'm very appreciative of the uplifting, encouraging community, even though we are all going through our struggles at the moment, to see that people are still keeping their heads up and still encouraging others like myself to keep moving forward. It's something that I will eternally always be grateful for. I was thinking, as long as I'm in my current career position or my current job, I don't think that I'll get better anytime soon, though I can manage my emotions along the way. I was just staring into the blankness for a couple of minutes here, really wondering what I'm doing with my life. In this current day and age of AI psychosis, I see a lot of corporate cultures. It's not the norm, but I see a lot of people nowadays just simply harassing their own employees, harassing others, ridiculing others, and just simply crossing a boundary that you don't want to cross. I see harassment happen all the time. People reporting this to ethics and HR, but ethics and HR end up doing absolutely nothing, or they fire the person who actually made the report themselves because, leaderships and executives are pretty corrupt pretty much everywhere you work. I'm not going to point out any names here, but there are some people in my career space who always try to pry into my personal life. They always try to ask me why I'm sick. They always try to get details out of my personal day-to-day life, and it's just intruding, man. Like, if you were to show up uninvited on my house, like, it's like we got our own rights, we got our own ways to protect ourselves and keep to ourselves. But I always want to help other people and work to be better every day. That's it for today.